Hey guys, check it out. You're watching Jonathan Clark on YouTube. Oh no! Good evening to all you loyal, lovely Descendants fans who tuned into my podcast this evening to hear me talk about Descendants. Unfortunately, this evening I was unaware that a girls' soccer league would move in behind my house and decide to start playing the first game of the season. And the funny thing was, when I moved into this house over a year ago, that field was deserted behind my house. So not only is my house haunted, but now a season of soccer has started, and every Friday night apparently there's going to be a soccer game in the background of my YouTube videos. So all I have to say is, go team! Man, just when you think you move into a beautiful home, you contemplate if it's haunted or not, you settle with that, and then everything just goes wrong. But I want to wish the girls all the best of luck tonight. Don't mind the noise. How many of you are here to talk about Descendants? I would venture all of you are, because you're excited about the final day of production of Descendants 5, Wicked Wonderland. So am I. Beautiful movie. I'm expecting this one to blow up in the way of ratings, reviews. But can we please shy away from the criticism of the Descendants cast and the Descendants plot? Give it time and see what happens. I've been seeing the teaser that was dropped. I'm going to be playing it for you here momentarily, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Beautiful teaser that was dropped, teasing the final day of production, which got everybody talking. The conversation was at an all-time high, and just as fast as you could snap your fingers, everybody started making their critique videos on the teaser that was dropped less than 24 hours after Disney's Descendants page and Disney Music, they're calling themselves now on Facebook, dropped it. Beautiful photos, by the way, taken after the final day of production had wrapped up. We saw the hug between Chloe Charming and Red, of course, Kylie Contrail and Mila Baker, their friendship put on display so beautifully every single time. I love that. I love that when two cast members display such great chemistry, which is something we didn't see when we had Hannah Montana at the heights of his popularity between Emily Osment and Miley Cyrus. They hated each other. They couldn't stand each other. And now Disney has come into this new generation where friendships are being created, such as Dove Cameron, Sophia Carson, Kylie Contrail, Mila Baker, Ruby Rose Turner. Beautiful. There's obviously something in the water over there at Disney, and it must be working because some of the most beautiful friendships have been created because of it. I don't think we should judge a book by its cover, and that's merely what people are doing on YouTube. So if you're seeing these critics critiquing Descendants in a way that you don't want to hear it, I'm in the same boat as each and every one of you. I never did like hearing criticism about Descendants. I have been a huge fan of Descendants for the better part of the last decade. You guys have gotten to know me as the voice behind this microphone of Descendants for the better part of the last decade, and I can't thank you enough for this. Because 10 years ago, when I had hung up the headset for the final time, thought I had recorded my final podcast, I looked at my co-host and I said, I think I'm going to go home. And he said, well, we'll see you in a couple of years. Lo and behold, here I am again. Had a conversation with my friend after I moved into this house. He said, maybe your fans want to hear you talk about something more. Maybe you haven't said what you wanted to say. To be honest with each and every one of you, I wasn't ready to go 10 years ago. I did have more to say, but I felt like the best years of my career have been put behind me. And then you guys, the most beautiful fans in the world, pulled me from out of obscurity, and I'm here again, with each and every one of you talking about Descendants and zombies. And there is no place in the world I'd rather be than right here with each and every one of you. I love the fans of Descendants and Zombies because you guys are what makes this YouTube channel thrive. You're the reason behind the YouTube channel's success. I don't care about the YouTube algorithm and how many times they push a video out, because the YouTube algorithm is just pretty much a lazy way of describing what people search on YouTube and suggest videos to people because of what they search. So if your key searches are Descendants and Zombies, I'm popping up. I remember a year ago when I was uploading videos almost every night about Descendants and Zombies, and I was the highlight of the YouTube algorithm. I was the highlight of the YouTube recommendation system, and everybody was here because of these videos. And some of the very first subscribers that I had a year ago are still here. This YouTube channel premiered on August 5th, 2024. It is now May 30th. 2025, and we have triple the amount of subscribers. I went from 500 and something subscribers to almost 2,700, approaching 3,000. And this couldn't have happened without each and every one of you driving your side-by-side through that rabbit hole, finding over 500 Descendants videos, and finding my thumbnail and clicking on it. And I'm really happy that you're here. Because without you, this YouTube channel really has no purpose. Its purpose is defeated. Kind of like how the message, beautiful message to their core of Descendants, The Rise of Red, the entire franchise as a whole, even Zombies, the entire franchise as a whole, their purpose is defeated. Because their message has always been acceptance and achieving every dream that you never thought possible to be achieved in life. And let me tell you something. The reason why I created this YouTube channel a year ago was because I wanted to convey that message, this very beautiful message of that every dream is possible, no matter what that dream is, and that happily ever after does exist. Because I know there are people out there that hear time and time again that happily ever after is just a tagline for a fairy tale, a way to sell a novel for a successful writer, like Lou Carroll, who wrote Alice in Wonderland back in the 1800s. It was a beautiful novel, don't get me wrong. It was a beautiful novel. It had such a powerful message, over 15 popular characters, including Alice, the Mad Hatter, the Cherokee Cat, and that evil caterpillar, who we have yet to see their introduction into the Descendants franchise. So never be deceived by those critics out there that will tell you that the story is over, because to quote Descendants, as I did last night, you didn't really think this was the end of the story, did you? Because it's not. Every story presents itself with an opportunity to close the book, but also an opportunity to write another chapter, because it's never a point where we see that final chapter written, because there's so much left unsaid. That's why I've said that I want to see autobiographies or memoirs released by Dove Cameron, Kylie Contrail, Mila Baker, and even Ruby Rose Turner, because I think they've got a lot to say where that goes, and we are far from over with Descendants. The same thing can be said about Zombies. We are far from the end of Zombies, with so many supernatural characters yet to have their stories examined and told and presented. I don't believe anything that these critics are saying about Descendants and Zombies, because they are saying what they want you to believe. They are saying what they want you to believe just so they can achieve monetization by getting you to hit the subscribe button within the first 30 seconds to a minute, if not 2 minutes, of their video. There have been a lot of crazy videos of Descendants and Zombies uploaded over the YouTube platform over the course of the last year. And I hate that, because a lot of people are searching up Descendants and Zombies every single night, and they're not finding the content that they appreciate. And if you are searching up Descendants and Zombies, you deserve better than what you've been hearing. Especially ever since I heard the criticism for the Place to Be music video, which I actually posted on my Facebook profile earlier this afternoon, because ever since that music video premiered, I haven't been able to get that song out of my head. Beautiful, beautiful song. Of course, the purpose of it was to introduce us to the Daywalkers and the Nightwalkers, the vampires as a whole. I thought it was an extremely beautiful video with a lot of talented cast members in that video. Nova's in there, Zed is in there, the Daywalkers are in there, wanting to achieve appreciation. Kind of like how we all strive for appreciation and success in our lives. Sometimes we achieve it, other days we don't. Some days that gets the better of us. But that doesn't mean that because we were knocked off the proverbial horse, we should quit on what we believe in. If anything, Zombies has done an incredible job of inspiring us to achieve every goal and every dream that we've ever wanted. I used to produce a lot of theater years ago when I was in high school. And I remember being at the back of the auditorium, and whenever somebody would ask me for advice after I'd finalized the script and passed it around, I would say, "Forever exists," and they would immediately deny me the opportunity of ever believing that forever exists. But the message that I was trying to convey was the fact that no matter how difficult a role may seem to be perceived and to put over and to project, every single dream that a person has, or the possibility of forever existing, is very real. I mean, I love how somebody believes that the possibility of a zombie invasion is pretty evident. I love the possibility of forever existing, and I've never ever wanted to take that away from anybody. But the difference between this YouTube channel and everybody else's YouTube channel out there is that that's what they want to do. They want to stow in the back of your minds that forever doesn't exist, and that's something I never ever wanted to take away from anybody. Because some of these Descendants videos that are throwing criticism the way of the Descendants cast, the plot, the synopsis, are really ridiculous. They make no sense whatsoever, and that's why I hope you find time in hitting my subscribe button, because I would love for you to hit my subscribe button. You will get notified every night when I upload a Descendants or Zombies video or something pertaining to pop culture. It could be something Disney related. I've been a huge fan of Disney princesses for forever, so it should come as no shock to anybody that I am a huge lover and supporter of Disney's Descendants. Now, I know it's really uncharacteristic to see a guy every single night sitting behind his podcast microphone in his bedroom talking about Descendants and zombies, but I do it because I've been podcasting for over 25 years, and I've somewhat found my niche. I've somewhat come into my niche when it comes to finding content that people appreciate. And I think that's one of the most challenging things for a YouTube creator to do, is to come into their niche by finding content and distributing that content that people appreciate. Because I know there are people out there who distribute this Descendants and Zombies content who don't care about it at all. So just after I moved into this house a little over a year ago, I put my hand on my chin like this, and I used to say to myself night after night, what can I create to aspire a new generation of fans? And I took myself up the opportunity to create a bunch of Dove Camera videos, a bunch of Kylie Control videos, a bunch of Descendants and Zombies videos, and here we are less than a year later, approaching 3,000 subscribers. And again, thank you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for just allowing me to be a part of your lives, either as a person, as a family, with you and your friends. It's wonderful. It's quite a lovely experience being able to tell you about my appreciation for Descendants, because we share in that same passion. I can't say the same thing for some other YouTube critic out there or creator who is distributing the same kind of content, who doesn't know anything about it or doesn't have any appreciation about it. I just saw a guy a couple of nights ago, without mentioning his name, who showed no appreciation whatsoever for the Descendants franchise. And it really upset me, because I know how many people, thousands if not millions of people, who are on YouTube every single night searching this stuff up, and they love it. They watch it with their friends, they watch it with their families, they are inspired by the characters. I love when a girl dresses up as a Descendants character and shows up at my door every year for Halloween. Halloween is one of my favorite times of the year, and it just goes to show how inspired these young girls are about Descendants, either by the merchandise, the costumes, the music, the script, the story, the morals. There's a lot that goes with Descendants, and I appreciate every single person who ever portrayed the role of a character such as Mal, a character such as Red, who was unbelievably fearless, not to mention incredibly beautiful and talented. They really were all incredibly beautiful and talented, and that's not shying away from any truth. For any critic out there to criticize Kylie Control for being the character Red, or Dove Cameron for being the character Mal, I mean, you must have a lot of time on your hands and nothing really better to talk about, don't you? They are beautiful, beautiful talents, and they deserve all the respect in the world for aspiring thousands, if not millions of people to better themselves and to achieve their dreams. The encouragement that is packed behind Descendants and Zombies is absolutely incredible. And I have a tremendous amount of respect for people like Meg Donnelly, who have been very open recently about her battle with anxiety, panic attacks, and her mom's breast cancer at the age of just 7 years old. I know how hard that can be. My mom was diagnosed with breast cancer twice when I was 19 years old through the course of 1 year. And it is the most difficult thing that any human being in this lifetime should ever have to endure and never have to go through, either themselves or witnessing their best friend or a family member battling through it themselves, because all they care about is you, their immediate family. It is a challenge. And I respect Meg Donnelly for being so openly honest about that and supporting charity functions because of it. It takes a tremendous amount of courage. It also takes a tremendous amount of courage to want to be an actress and to give your life up to this industry, because this industry sometimes is very, very cruel. For instance, the workout regimens that people like Kylie Control and Ruby Rose Turner have had to endure. I never ever thought that I would see Ruby Rose Turner lifting weights as crazy as what she's been doing. She's been lifting weights for crazy amounts of years to land these roles for Descendants, and I have a tremendous amount of respect for her. I have the same amount of respect for Kylie Control, who never misses a day at the gym, staying in shape for these incredible roles, and it's just amazing. You know, I can only wish that I would have the opportunity to be an actor like that. Unbelievable. 5-star rating for all you guys. And the music for each individual character, having a title track for Descendants, I mean, that goes without saying. That's an incredible accomplishment in its own right. I mean, songs like Red, Life is Sweeter When You Are, that represented characters such as Bridget and Red, were incredibly beautiful. I never thought I'd see the day when I get the opportunity to see Kylie Control driving a side-by-side, leaving me somewhat envious. I would love the opportunity to drive a side-by-side. I would love the opportunity to be a prince in Descendants, but Disney's never called me, never given me the opportunity. But I've always said there's just something about my voice offering you opinions on Descendants every single night, isn't it? I think that my voice definitely matches the script and the synopsis of Descendants, and I've always had this thing for wanting to be involved with theater. I've been involved with theater ever since I was in high school, ever since I was a teenager, offering advice sometimes that people didn't want to take the opportunity to take me up on. But I was somewhat experienced with that kind of thing. I know how to project my voice so that the back of the theater can hear you. I know how to create characters and bring them to life into ways that nobody else ever could. And I've got a lot of incredible theater stories. Maybe it's that story you've heard me tell about falling through the stage the night I produced Phantom of the Opera, which was somewhat frightening. The ambulance was called, what have you. Maybe it was that night that I was trying to make it home for the latest episode of Liv and Maddie when it was at the heights of its popularity, and I fell down and broke my arm. I've got a lot of theater stories and a lot of experience doing it, so that's why I have a lot of respect for people like Kylie Cantrell and Ruby Rose Turner, whom I'm in love with, really. Ruby Rose Turner is such a beautiful personality, which is why I'm really going to miss her as part of the cast of Descendants 5. Initially going into this thing, I was looking forward to Ruby Rose Turner being a part of Descendants. I was the biggest Ruby Rose Turner fan out there and supporter out there that you could find on the internet, and I will forever be in the corner of Ruby Rose Turner. I don't care what Logan Paul has to say about her in his videos on Logan Paul's video blogs on YouTube, because he's criticized Ruby Rose Turner to the heights of unbelievableness. I think he should focus more on his wrestling career, to be honest with each and every one of you. And then I've heard how Kylie Cantrell is being criticized because she's not a Trump supporter, because of how Donald Trump is going about it the wrong way with America. Leave Kylie Cantrell's political points of view out of the conversation, please. Between Donald Trump, Logan Paul, I don't know, man. You guys deserve better than that. You don't deserve to go on Logan Paul video blogs and hear him criticizing Ruby Rose Turner because he wants to criticize Ruby Rose Turner and get away with it. Let me just say this about Ruby Rose Turner. If every single girl in this world could aspire to be a better person, the perfect role model to be aspired by is Ruby Rose Turner. She has encouraged us all to be better people. She's inspired me to be a better person, and I'm a guy. I spread more kindness in my lifetime every single day because of Ruby Rose Turner. It's not because of the advice that I hear from Logan Paul or Ryan McCartan on the stage door on YouTube. It's because of these roles that they've aspired people to want to be actresses themselves because of. Rich's character was an unbelievably powerful role for Ruby Rose Turner to don. But if anyone could have pulled it off, there was nobody that could have pulled it off better and represented the young Queen of Hearts than Ruby Rose Turner. And there was not more of a powerful song than Life is Sweeter When You Are that could have represented that character. She was introduced to us because of that song, and then came Shuffle of Love. But out of the two, I think the catchiest song of the entire Descendants franchise, past or present, is definitely Life is Sweeter When You Are. And I know this because every single morning I play it on my playlist. Every single morning when I get out of bed, I'm listening to that song because it brightens my day and really lifts my spirits. I truly believe that no matter what you're going through in life, these Descendants songs, no matter what song from whatever soundtrack that's represented Descendants for forever, it will get you in a better mood than what you probably wake up with every time you open your eyes. Because the messages are beautiful. They've inspired millions of people from all walks of life, and the Descendants fan base ranges from fans from all walks of life and continues to inspire a whole new generation by reintroducing it with a whole new cast and a whole new synopsis that will go unlimited numbers of places, making us believe more than ever that forever exists, hopefully, and that every dream is a definite reality. The Ignis Cup games are what this synopsis is detailing early on, but I think it's too early to say that the movie is going to center around cup games and all these new characters making their introductions. Even with how many new characters are making their introductions, the son of Robin Hood, characters from The Princess and the Frog, and even Encanto. Let me just say this, Encanto may be the only one that I'm really skeptical on, because Encanto is a newer Disney franchise. The Princess and the Frog is not that new, but it's old enough to be a part of it. But Encanto, I don't know if I want to accept that or not, because it's only been around, 1 or 2 years? And already they're introducing characters inspired by the characters in the original Encanto to be sons and daughters. It makes no sense. I accept the nephews of Smee. I accept the characters from The Princess and the Frog, but I will forever remain skeptical about characters from Encanto because it doesn't really make sense to me. I would prefer Mal coming back to make a cameo in this movie, if anything. But unfortunately, Dove Cameron is closing the door on her reprising a role as Mal, and I think we've got to move on the magic carpet, as I said last night, and accept the fact that we have Kylie Cantrell and Mila Baker doing an absolutely fabulous job. You know, I don't think there's anything wrong with constructive criticism, but if you're going to criticize something, criticize it the right way, and at least know what you're talking about. There are a lot of people out there that don't have a clue about Descendants and Zombies uploading these videos, and I'll tell you why. It's because they are capitalism, which is oftentimes a very evil way of going about it. There are really ridiculous Descendants videos popping up on YouTube, and I just want you guys to be aware of it, because when every time you get lost in the woods, sometimes you stumble across a video that is perceived to be something that it's really not. So hopefully you will stay here on this YouTube channel and you will enjoy this podcast and its presentation, because I've really wanted to make something enjoyable for each and every one of you, and I like to believe that I succeeded in doing that. But the best way of showing me that you appreciate this YouTube channel is, in fact, by hitting the subscribe button, so this YouTube channel will get pushed further out into the YouTube algorithm. This YouTube channel will blow up, and somebody else who appreciates this content can find it, because what it comes down to is the YouTube algorithm and each and every one of you, whom I can never thank enough for being here every single time that I upload a video, and forever have been supporting this YouTube channel, because this YouTube channel could be uploading videos, have no subscribers, no views, and no likes, but people continue to hit the subscribe button, continue to watch the video, continue to hit the like button, continue to share the content, and I can't thank you enough for it. There is no place in the world I would rather be than here with each and every one of you. Another great message that I've always loved to put across this podcast is that everything is going to be okay. Because wasn't that the message of the song, Life is Sweeter When You Are? No matter what you're going through in life, everything is going to be okay. When you close your eyes tonight, whatever's on your mind, if you had a bad day, I just want you to know that everything is going to be okay. And we should, I think, live vicariously through these Descendants characters, because they have had beautiful messages conveyed in their songs, in their scripts, in the presentation of their characters for what feels like forever. They shot Descendants here in Canada. It's a beautiful place. I hope they come back for Descendants 6. I hope they come back to Canada eventually after they switch locations from Canada to New Zealand for Zombies 4. Dawn of the Vampires. I'm still waiting for that phone call from Meg Donnelly to be a vampire slayer in Zombies Dawn of the Vampires, or Zombies 5. I'll have to go with now or settle with. Beautiful, beautiful casts, and I think they've seen their fair share of criticism, and enough is enough. And I think that the more people who support it, the better off it's going to be for each and every one of us. But I know for, 500 people that hate Descendants, there are 550 million of you who love it and will love it forever, and that's what makes this YouTube channel a beautiful YouTube channel, a beautiful representation of Descendants, and makes you some of the best fans in the world. From one heart to another, this YouTube channel would never have happened, would never have existed, if not for each and every one of you. And I am the only commentator about Descendants who sits on this podcast every single night and seems to realize that and never forget about the fans. So if there ever was a reason for you to hit the subscribe button, that time is now, and that reason has been stated over this microphone. I love creating Descendants videos. There are no other videos that I would want to create more than Descendants videos for each and every one of you on this beautiful night. It's just after dusk. I just really appreciate every single person who loves Descendants and Zombies, because we share in that same passion. So if you could take a moment to hit the subscribe button, please do. And if you're somebody who's watching these videos for the very first time, you will find a lot of great videos down in my archives. Please take the time to browse through them. And hi to each and every one of you. Every single fan who has ever said they are a fan of Descendants and Zombies are great fans, are a great person. And I love creating these videos for each and every one of you. This is the first time that I've actually looked at the latest teaser for Descendants 5 Wicked Wonderland. The final day of production happened just a couple of days ago, and this trailer has already received thousands of views, hundreds upon hundreds of likes, along with the Zombies Dawn of the Vampires trailer, receiving over 10 million views on Vivo and YouTube, which is absolutely incredible. So what do you say we watch this trailer together? Don't forget to hit that subscribe button.
Leah.
Kylie, do you want to?
I think
Only
we
if
have
you're
to.
down. 3, 2, 1.
What day is it?
It's the last day of production.
Let's rewind. Does anyone know how to use this thing? Yeah.
If you were never excited about Descendants before, you should be now. That trailer was absolutely phenomenal, and I'm more excited than I ever have been for the release of Descendants 5, Wicked Wonderland. Originally, it was published by Lewis Carroll in 1865 on November 18th. I believe that was a Saturday. Believe it or not, I actually know the day and the date. It was a beautiful book, inspiring Descendants 5, Wicked Wonderland. It will happen in present-day Wonderland, to confirm that for each and every one of you. And I just want to put it out there, we shouldn't believe what these critics are saying about it, about the cup games, and this happening, and that happening, and Mal returning. Let's give it time. We've got a year to go, and a lot can happen in a year, much less 6 months. So let's just give it time, and let's see where we go from here. We've got this tour happening with 43 arena dates all throughout the summer for the course of 3 months. And then we've got Zombies 4, Dawn of the Vampires happening this July. So I never ever thought Zombies would go to 4 installments. But with how many supernatural creatures there are out there yet to have their story told, and me having the opportunity to be a vampire slayer for the first time since the years of Buffy the Vampire Slayer back in 1997, I was only 11 years old back then. I would love the opportunity to be a part of both of these franchises, if not a part of both of these franchises, a part of it as the director, because I think there's a lot to offer as a theater kid to Descendants and Zombies with the powerful messages, beautiful messages to their core. But I think, as far as these critics are concerned, we should shut them down by saying there is never an opportunity to close the book, and there is always an opportunity to write one more chapter, maybe 2. And for those of you who have thought the story was over, you didn't think this was the end of the story now, did you? Think about it for a while, and while you do, hit the subscribe button. I will be back tomorrow night. What do you say we go spread some kindness right about now? Bye, YouTube. We will do it again really soon.